going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are talking about Kestrel with Ravagers. Doing a little more mixing and matching here. Not going to be quite as meme-worthy and crazy fun as was the video talking about Stitcher one-shotting Doom, but I did want to talk about this because has some fun interactions with it. In that Kestrel, she always gains those bonus attacks with defense down, and you have these characters here with this Ravager team that are going to do, like, you have Star-Lord T'Challa with Yondu applying defense down to the entire enemy team here, and that's just letting Kestrel do a bunch of bonus attacks, get working through some things here, just kind of wipe out some enemies here. Like, here you go, you see that we got everything cleared out there. I'm gonna buff up our characters a little bit, and you know, just for fun here, boom, boom, there. Couple different hits there, but yeah, this one's working really quite well. I'm surprised by it. It's not necessarily like meta breaking. If I'm gonna use it to fight Eternals, I'm also gonna have to bring in Emma still, but the synergy with the defense down with the team plus bringing in Kestrel, you know, it's fun to have. So we're going to talk about that today in this video. If you guys do find this video helpful, you do enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's just dive right into the roster and talking about how this team works. So we got to start out here. So what's going on here is we're using the special from T'Challa, and that if Yondu is present, apply defense down to all enemies with the special, and he doesn't have to steal ability energy for this to happen. It's just it's just defense down to the entire enemy team. And then this starts fueling the passive with Kestrel. And what I found is that this has actually worked really well against your Doom teams. Like, if you don't have a Ravager Stitcher geared up, you're not going to do that one-shot, that crazy one-shot against Doom. Like, this works really well because that defense down that you get put on the entire enemy team, it triggers the passive with Kestrel here, and that every time an enemy with defense down is attack the most injured enemy 400% damage. So even if you're just applying debuffs, if you're not doing direct damage to them, if you're applying debuffs to them, this will still count as an attack, and this will trigger the attack here with Kestrel. So when I'm fighting Eternal teams, I can bring in like Star-Lord, Yondu, and then Ravager Boomer, and then Kestrel and Emma, and it still works just fine against those Eternal teams. That speed down from Emma will count as an attack that triggers the Kestrel passive here, and you just kind of slowly work through it. So it's one of those things where we're trying to figure out some teams where you're not having to build up this full Ravager squad and see what you get there, and Kestrel fits right in here. Now, the one tricky thing is that both she and T'Challa have the same speed at 125, so it will depend on who goes first, and that kind of affects some of your fights. Like, if you've got someone with a pre-taunt on them, like you have a Drax on that enemy team or a Red Guardian, you got to get rid of that. Sometimes you have to get rid of that, and then that means like having to use Kestrel's ultimate first. But if Star-Lord T'Challa moves first, well then it's a little tricky. And this is where you could also use the double skirmisher boost with, say, Boomer and T'Challa together, so that you can use both of them. And I'll go in here into another fight here. I'll swap back to skirmisher on T'Challa, and we'll go against a team with Drax there, and that's protecting a Doom. So here we go against a New Warriors with Doom team. We're gonna see if we can try to get this to work just right. It's gonna be a little tricky, but yeah, this is the problem where that tied speed with both Kestrel and T'Challa can really screw things up, because you get Kestrel's ultimate first, you can clear that pre-taunt off, but if you get T'Challa first, well then it can really mess with things. So I'm gonna see here in a second. We'll see who moves first. Yeah, so see, Kestrel moves here first, no problem. Now we can blind cloak, get defense down to the entire enemy team, boom, done, easy. So now we're gonna have the fun part here, where we're gonna try to get the triple tap in. See if we can slow it down just a little bit for you guys. One hit from Stitcher. Get the ultimate, or get the assist there with Kestrel. So yeah, it's fun thing where if you can, like, I want to see how this goes against Dormammu. Dormammu is going to be my main thing here that I want to test out with this, because like Dormammu, like I'm just gonna go back to his kit, because I think this combination of Kestrel and Stitcher together could possibly be like a god tier counter to Dormammu, which is gonna set people off. Like, I know it's gonna drive people nuts if they see it, because the way things work right now with Dormammu is that his speed's relatively slow at 118. So he's slower than Kestrel, and I can use Ravager Boomer to drop his speed bar and allow Stitcher to move in his place, or I just bring in Emma, do some kind of weird counter like that. But the tricky thing is that he gets immunity on spawn, I believe. And this is on spawn and on turn. If this character has 4 more allies with revive once, gain immunity for 2 turns. So I've got to dispel the immunity, and I think this is... See, this is where things are going to get tricky. I can use the Kestrel ultimate on him to get rid of the immunity. Hopefully. We'll find out. It's tricky because also I believe he gets defense up. So it's... Yeah, see, yeah, he also gets defense up. So the question is, can I do it? If I have a high red star Kestrel, I possibly could here use this. Kestrel gets her ultimate, clears off the defense up and the immunity off of Dormammu, which then allows me to then use, like, get Skirmisher set up on him somewhere else with another character, and then I use the double tap from Ravager Stitcher. And this is a tricky thing, and this is what's really nice, is you see this? Primary target has defense down, and characters killed by this cannot be revived. So there is a tricky thing here where you can use this basic attack here, kill someone with it on a double tap, and that should... I mean, it should prevent them from being revived. So the question is, can I use this with a double tap on someone and actually kill them and prevent them from being revived? That's going to be the tricky thing, and I think it could work, possibly. I'm pulling up MSF.gg right now to see if his... Yes, okay, so his bonus ISO attack can also does the prevent revive mechanic. So there is something here where we can use Ravager with Kestrel, and I did a test, and I wish I had been recording at the time, but it's so hard to set up. I did a triple tap with the 2 basics, the normal and the ISO attack, plus the assist from Kestrel, and it was like 1.2 million damage total against someone, and it was just absolutely absurd. But also, another thing with this is that the order of operations, the bonus attack, like this could be used against Eternals as well, because the bonus attack from Kestrel triggers before the heal and recovery on the Eternals. So there's tricky things to it here, and it's going to be a question of if we can get it to work. And that I don't quite know just yet, because like as I'm doing my testing, this looks like, I think this could be one of those crazy teams that, like, I don't want to talk about too much because I don't want Scopely looking at it and realizing that things are broken and then nerfing it. But at the same time, when you see Stitcher hit for this much and you combine in Kestrel, and you actually potentially have 2 revive blocks on this team as well. Kestrel and her ultimate, if she kills someone with her ultimate, she can prevent that revive. So actually, you know, I wonder if... Yeah, I'm going to try something. Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. Yeah, there's your double tap from Ravager Stitcher. It clears the death proof off of Dagger at the same time. This is going to be a fun one to test, and I really hope they give us the playtest server access to Dormammu here soon, because I just want to try this. That's all I want to do. But also, yeah, here you go. Just look at how much damage Kestrel is bringing to this team. It's not like Ravagers were short on damage already, but there's potentially a team where you just use Kestrel plus Yondu plus T'Challa, those 3, and then you just mix and match 2 other characters in, because all you need is Yondu and T'Challa to put defense down the entire enemy team. Bring in some other fast characters, get them going. They're going to do attacks, debuffs, whatever, and just let Kestrel go off. So there's a really strong trio between those 3 characters, and then you just pick and choose 2 others on there. There's really good potential with this team. It's just, I haven't had a lot of time to test with it. I'm still going to do some more testing, see if I can figure out some more stuff, but yeah, I like the potential for this. And I don't know why I said versus Kestrel on this file name, but This is against Black Order too. And, you know, Ravagers are already beating Black Order, so I'm not putting a lot of stock in the footage from this, but I like what I'm gonna be able to do here. I'm gonna go steal ability energy from Thanos here in a second. This is another thing too, even with this offense down, you can see, like, this is on the playtest server, so it's a punch across basically against this Thanos, but offense down on my Star-Lord, on my T'Challa, doesn't have high focus stat in the first place, but still get enough out here to put blind and defense down, and then spreads out that defense down to several other characters. Doesn't apply it to the Proxima and the Ebony Maw in the back, but hey, at this point now I can start reducing speed bar. I can use the summons from Yondu. That's 2 more characters that can do damage. And the Hellsteel from Ravager Stitcher on his heal ability will also count as an attack, so then that will also trigger the passive on Kestrel. So it's this thing where you basically build up this team around Kestrel, and Secret Avengers works in the same way, really. Like Secret Avengers, you know, they summon all those minions, those shield troopers, each of those can trigger something on the Kestrel, but you don't have the team-wide defense down that you are getting with Ravagers. So I really like this the potential of this team and the combinations of what they could potentially do. We're just gonna have to see if it's going to actually work. So I'm not gonna really spend a lot of time talking about this. I'm just generally giving some theory crafting ideas on this. You guys seem to enjoy these theory crafting videos, which is crazy. Which I mean makes sense because there's not a lot of it going on right now. But I just kind of want to talk about this one, just kind of talk about what my thoughts on it, potentially what this team could do. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is a team that's going to be viable? Do you have ideas of something you could that you want me to try against with this? Let me know down below. But always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.